What is up, guys? This is Team Movements right here, and this is going to be an update on my predicting deck profile. Same starter, Dragonite, Sadegi, whatever. Alright, his skill is whenever you retire a unit, put them into the soul, your opponent chooses one of their rear guards and retire it. It combos really well with Dragonewt and like other cards. Just your whole goal is just make sure your opponent never has a board. Never. That way you can conserve hand, and then not only that, they would have to use more of their hand in order to swing at your Vanguard. So it's great. Honestly, he's better than the Grade 3 Searcher because he's 5k. Honestly, you get really annoyed. Oh, swing 11, 10k seal, no pass. Get that crit? No. That way he punishes your opponent if they do want to pass him. Grade 3s. The card that you want to ride first. Dragonewt, my favorite Kagero unit. Producing Dragonewt, his skill is when you perform Legion. Actually no, when you're in Legion. Counterblast 2. Discard a copy of him or his mate, anything on the Vanguard circle, and retire 2 of your opponent's units, grade 2 or lower, and they take 1 damage. If they hit a trigger, it's negated. He's honestly one of the best units. He's there to force your opponent to go from 2 to 3 damage, 3 to 4 damage, and better yet, 4 to 5 damage. That way when they go to 4 to 5, if they go to 4, you have to gamble by taking his hit or waste a perfect guard. You slowly want to eat away at your hand, so then finally you can get to your real boss mode. And his other skills, and he doesn't have to be in Legion for his other skill. Every time you retire a unit, he gains 3k, so it's not bad. But Vortex is just there, so you can finish off your opponent with the Great. He's a really good unit because he fixes your hand. He's a pseudo rescanning Vanguard. His skill is when he's in Legion, Counterblast 1. When he swings at a rear guard, Counterblast 1, discard 2 from your hand, and swing again. You can't, go swing at a rear guard, restand, swing at another rear guard. No, that's too stupid. And now the discarding 2 is really great because it fixes your hand. Not only that, you can hit more, it guarantees hitting more triggers and powering up all your rear guards. Really good. And his other skill is whenever he hits, retires a copy of the same from the Vanguard circle and retire a unit. And you retire that unit. So it's not bad, it's whatever. It's a whatever skill. It's really good against like Link Joker if you want to leave like an empty spot. So that way, whenever they lock yourself, you can call another unit and put triggers there.
Yeah.
But grade 2s for 12k attackers. You don't use them as 12k attackers. They're mostly as bullets for Dragonewt's effect. That's pretty much all they're there for. But if you get to use them as 12k attackers, they're not bad. Because that way you can just keep, in case you don't draw boosters. But in this deck, it's not that hard to draw boosters. 3 of the Great's mate. He's a whatever card. He's really good if you're retiring a lot of cards that turn and you have enough counterblast. His skill is when his unit is placed on rear, counterblast 1. And choose a unit in the same column that was retired. If a unit is retired in the same column, then counterblast 1, retire another unit in the same column. So you can it's just there for more massive retiring. But you only do it if you have enough counterblast.
So if he swings at a unit,
yeah.
He can destroy a column by himself.
Yeah, he can destroy a column by himself really easily. Really good. Then I play 2 Menace Laser. He's really good for like early game. So in case your opponent tries to rush you, you use his skill, retire that card to try to rush you, and then you use a starter, and then you pretty much retire like a good portion of your opponent's board. For counterblast 1, you lose your starter. It's not bad. And it's more retiring. And finally, this guy, the mate for the really bad grade 3. That's a rare. His skill is whenever a unit is put into the drop zone in the same column as him, he gains 5k. Whenever your Vanguard's in Legion, he's really good just so you can just hit those magic 21 numbers. Amazing card. Grade 1s. 4 Protect Orbs. Unflipping damage means a lot in this deck. Because honestly, your main boss monster is Counterblast 2, your other boss monster is Counterblast 1, and your other grade 2 is Counterblast. So unflipping damage is not bad. And honestly, guys, do not be afraid of the cross. Because you can't use these perfect cards. Just do not be afraid. Do what your deck does. If you're afraid of the perfect cards, like don't do 2 and 2 and stuff like that. No, you either play 4 of the old ones or 4 of these. Don't be afraid, guys. Just not bad.
Fuck the cross.
I like him, but
I don't play Kagero, so it's okay.
People just don't know how to play around it. And then 3 Gojo. He's just a grade 1 ride when you go first. Rest, pitch, draw 1. Really good. And he just helps set up Legion early. And not only that, get rid of just useless cards in your hand. 3 of this, oh, I love her. She's so good in the deck. Her skill is this. When you control a Perdition Vanguard, Soul Blast 1 Perdition, and if there's no units in the same column when she was called, you unflip 2 damage. So at the cost of Soul Blast 1, you're unflipping 2 damage. Really good, and it combos amazingly with Dragonic. And that way you can just keep using your skills over and over again. Because obviously, it's Kagero. You always Counter Blast. 2 of the stride, you pick this card and it pays for your stride. It's really good. I just played 2 of these just because it just helps striding early, since you want to conserve Dragonewts for Legion, and if you ever play Link Joker, you want to hold up on your grade 3s. So he's there, not bad. And in case you don't draw into your grade 3s for stride. Sometimes you don't want to pitch too many cards from your hand. Finally, 2 Calamity Towers. Makes it easier for Legion. Still Blast 2, draw a card, generic. Triggers, keep it simple. 4 draw triggers, 4 Gatling Claw, why not? He's the best. He just says kill your starter, and he combos really well with your starter. So at the cost of Counterblast 1 and Counterblast 1, put this card in the soul, you can retire 2 units if you combo it with your starter. So it's not bad. 8 crits, keep it standard. I keep it all, I'm playing 8 different crits just to confuse my opponent. That way they don't know how many crits I'm playing. Confuse them, and they're like, how many crits? If it's more than 8, whatever. And then finally, 4 heals. Keep it standard. And finally, strides. Play 4 the generic guy. His skill is when he swings, and if he hits, you retire a unit. So he's not bad. And he keeps your Vanguard name, so whatever. But he's just there so you can finally get to your real stride, which is Root Flare Dragon. His skill is this: when you can act ability, you can flip a copy of him face up. When you control 2 face up copies, when you control 2 face up cards in your G zone, you retire an entire column. So striding to him first, then striding to him, skill, flip him face up. Now you got 2, and you retire an entire column. It's really good, and honestly, retiring the entire column is just great. Force your opponent to call more cards, and it's great. And then now you can get rid of intercepts. Finally, 2 Admos. Late game, when they're been losing handed, when they've been losing field, guarding your Vanguard, taking damage that they don't want to take, and then they're like, oh no, I'm out of perfect guards. Cool. Striding to him, Counterblast 1. Now he's 41. Honestly, everyone should be playing Admirals at least like at 2. He's a really good stride unit for a generic one until we get Blizzard. So, alright guys, that's my update on predictions from G1, team movements, and we're signing off.
Fuck Kagero, bitches.